differentiate between two categories. One would be art for the church, and then art from the church. Art for the church and art from the church. So art for the church is art that would serve to be a support for and not a distraction from the ministry of prayer and the word. And so that is primarily going to be used in a local church context. So all of the things that you see in a local church, the aesthetic decisions that have been made, whether it be music or stained glass, those kinds of things, that's art for the church. It's meant to support the ministry of prayer and the word. But then you also have art from the church. That is the Christian artist sent out from the local church to be salt and light in the world, vocationally speaking. So in that case, the Christian artist would be just like the Christian janitor or the Christian doctor. That is, what they're doing is not called to necessarily be explicit in their proclamation of the gospel, and at the same time they're called to mix it up, to be salt and light, and to provide a witness, to a Christian witness to a dying world. Oftentimes those two groups don't understand the benefit and need for the other, and so they tend to fight against each other. So what tends to happen is those who do art for the church look at those who do art from the church and say, man, what are y'all doing? Like, you're selling out. You're not really repping the Lord in what you do. And then, you're compromising. But then those who do art from the church look at those who do art for the church and say, what are y'all doing? Y'all just trapped in the four walls of, you're saying Christianese, and you're not reaching the world, that kind of thing. And so I think it's important for both of those groups to understand that each is important and serves a function within the body of Christ. Me personally, in terms of my ministry, God has given me grace to speak directly to the church, to proclaim doctrinal truth, to dive deeply into weighty theological topics. I do that unashamedly. I'm glad to do it. Doesn't mean I don't have a passion for evangelism, but in terms of what my music is geared to do, is for the edification of the Christian. And it's been an honor to serve in that capacity.
There's a wide variety of styles to use, intentions and goals for music. I think as long as it's done well in a way that glorifies the Lord, there's use for it. I think that none of us are the same. Even within Lambo, there's a lot of variety. Even on this tour, there's a lot of variety. So there's unity in some essentials, but there's a variety in the way that we use our gifts for the Lord. So we're a body, and I think that there needs to be that variety in order to meet all the needs possible. I know for me, at least, I think my music kind of gravitates towards the teaching element, and a lot of, I try to confront a lot of hard truths. I try to, address certain doctrinal issues or whatever. So I think I kind of lean in that direction. And by God's grace, I've heard, our prayers have been answered as far as, trying to see people read the Bible more and study the scriptures more, and, being inspired in certain ways, or, so yeah.